Hello, welcome to Big Data Bytes by Ganapati Devappa. ChatGPT has been in news recently. It is an open AI based tool with the ability to answer many questions, including providing answers for interviews and homeworks, as well as helping programmers with coding. It can be used to increase your productivity. But does it know anything about big data? I was curious, so let me pose 10 questions on big data and get the answers. First, let me log in with my Google ID. You can also sign up easily. This is the starting screen. You can see some examples, the capabilities, as well as some limitations. Limited knowledge of world and events after 2021, which is important. Now, first question, what is big data? Okay, we got the answer. Extremely large and complex data sets that are difficult to process using traditional data processing techniques. Okay, that is quite concise response. That's good. So it does know about big data, but it didn't give really any details into big data technology. So let us ask the second question. How is big data technology different from traditional technology? It is quite quick to answer. So it does give about three V's. See, volume, variety, velocity. Veracity. Okay, it knows one more V. Value. Distributed computing. Okay, it didn't mention anything about distributed storage, but this is a good enough answer. So it does know its stuff. Now let us go deeper. Let us ask about HDFS. What are the characteristics of HDFS? Hadoop distributed file system. So it does know about HDFS. Distributed, okay. High throughput, data replication, large data support, coherency, block-based storage, automatic data rebalancing, data locality. That's good. So it does know about HDFS. Next. Now let us see if it knows about Hive. How is Hive different from traditional RDBMS? SQL-like query language for Hadoop. That is good. Stored in HDFS. Scale, data storage, data format, data model. That is important. Tables and partitions similar to traditional. However, is flexible. Hive QL is good. Performance. ACID is not supported. Batch processing. That's good. It does know quite a bit about Hive as well. It said about ACID, but it could have expanded on this and mentioned that it supports inserts but not updates of data. Let us see which tools are used to store big data. Okay. Hadoop Distributed File System, HDFS. That is good. Cassandra is good. This is the tool we have also covered. NoSQL database. Kafka. Well, Kafka is a streaming application, not really for storing big data. HBase, well, that's excellent. HBase is distributed column-oriented database built on top of Hadoop and HDFS. S3, that's good. S3 is similar to HDFS and on cloud. Google Cloud Storage, well, if S3 is there, then of course Google Cloud Storage and probably Azure Storage as well. Microsoft Azure Data Lake, that's correct. So all of this I have covered in my courses, so you can go and look at my courses on these topics. You're still thinking, let us stop generating here. Okay, it is done. What is data local processing? See, it is natural language based, so even if you make mistakes in typing, it will understand that. So data and computation are co-located on the same node in a distributed computing cluster. HDFS, Spark, Storm, Flink. So a lot of these tools use data local processing. It is an important concept in big data processing. So this is very good. You can prepare really well for interviews using ChatGPT. Now let us see if it knows about coding in big data. How do I partition a table in Hive with creation date? Let us see. Okay, it gave a lot of information. It says create table partitioned by creation date, which is not part of the columns list. Then you can load the data into each partition with each partition mentioned as partition and creation date equals like that. Then again you can mention for another partition into multiple partition at the same time. Then it says you can use queries to take advantage of the partitioning by where creation date equals particular date. Then it also talks about dynamic partitioning, for which you need to set the parameter dynamic.partition equals true and then insert with from another table. You can also use alter to add a partition to an existing table. And it also mentions that partitioning improves performance and also can slow down. So this is quite useful and it can increase the productivity of a big data programmer. Now let us ask a more complicated question, like give an example of query with multi-table insert in Hive. So it says about multi-table. Well, it talks more about getting data from multiple tables into one table instead of inserting into multiple tables from one query. So this from table 1 insert into table 2, this is correct. But you can also do insert into table 2, table 3, table 4 like that from the same select statement using a where clause. That it has not shown here. So that is one mistake it has done. But probably it didn't understand it fully. Now let us try some Spark coding. Write Spark Scala code to create a machine learning pipeline for anomaly detection. I have covered similar code in my course on Big Data Developer. You see that it is importing many of the libraries like pipeline, vector assembler, scalar, k-means, like that. So you load the data, create a vector assembler to create a vector, and then you create a scalar for scaling the features, and then use the k-means. And all of these are added to pipeline, and then you develop the predictions using the model.transform. So you get the cluster centers, the distances, the threshold, and the anomaly. So very well done. So this is sample only, but normally your data is quite complicated. But still, this gives you a very good starting point for writing the pipeline as syntax and the steps are taken care of. You just need to make sure you use your data and modify these steps slightly to implement the algorithm. So it does know about machine learning. Now let us try one more. This is everybody's dream. Write Spark Scala code to predict tomorrow's stock price for Google. Let us see what it does. Okay, it says right away, predicting stock prices is a complex task and there are many factors that can influence. I did some work on algorithmic trading, but that is quite complicated. So it sees the data, like the data that you can get from like Yahoo Finance as open, high, low, close, and the volume. So it does the random split 0.7 and 0.3 for training data and test data. So it says this code uses the linear regression model to predict, which probably is not the best model for stock prices, but it does give the disclaimer here. There are multiple ways to predict stock prices. So this is a good code for linear regression model. So all in all, ChatGPT is a good tool to increase your productivity, give you some of the answers you need, and prepare you for interviews as well. So next time you interview someone, make sure they don't give answers from ChatGPT. Thank you. I hope you liked this presentation. Do you want to learn more about big data? Please subscribe to my courses on Udemy. If you are a manager and want to learn about the various big data tools, then you can take the Big Data for Managers course. This course is very popular on Udemy and has more than 7,000 students. If you want to learn about cloud computing as a manager, take my course on Cloud Computing for Managers with Google Cloud. If you are a developer who wants to learn coding with big data tools like Hadoop, Hive, Spark, machine learning, then take my Big Data Foundation for Developers course. If you want to learn development using distributed message processing using Kafka, then take my course Apache Kafka for Developers. If you want to learn distributed processing using Apache Storm, then you can take my course Apache Storm. Use the links provided to take these courses at a discount. These courses are subscribed to by students in over 50 countries. Thank you. Bye for now.